You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Solimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. This is something we have not done before. This is an episode of 3 voices. So tune in and listen up about what we're going to talk about, some serious topics ahead. Hello, Kunch. Hello, Rebecca.
Hi.
Kia ora.
Awesome. So what are we going to talk about today, ladies?
I think Kunchai can tell us.
Well, I've been sitting in this room listening to the lovely ladies talk about insurance and life insurance in particular, and it's just resonated with me, and I thought I'll just share some recent events that has happened and how life insurance plays a part in all of that.
Okay, tell me more.
Yeah, so probably about a fortnight ago, my father-in-law actually suffered a cardiac arrest and actually had no pulse for about 20 minutes. So that was like a huge shock to us because we never thought something like that would actually ever happen. I guess as children as well, it never crossed our minds to even think that our father was even that old. Or not even old, right? Like anyone could suffer a cardiac arrest at any age. And we hear a lot of those stories where, 40-year-olds or 30-year-olds or even younger, can just drop and their heart just stops beating. So I just thought sharing a real life story and the importance of life cover and just hearing Rebecca reiterate the trauma cover, the critical condition cover, and just to get it reviewed. Because again, I don't think it crosses people's minds until those events happen as well. Whereas, sitting in ICU and we're all going, oh my God, like if worst case scenario, you think about how you're going to fund a funeral costs and things like that. So I think, yeah, I guess you can tell us how, we can cover funeral costs and things.
I think as well as not just that, like even if he had woken up but maybe not woken up and been okay.
Because 20 minutes, it's a long time to be out of heart beating and blood flowing.
And so they would have been worried about a lot of things, the brain damage or anything really. He could have woken up and had a lot of issues, and being able to pay for his care, even if he had woken up and been.
Yeah. And these are the things we never even thought about. The care thing and stuff. Oh, and thankfully he survived and he's actually home now. But, it'll be a long road to recovery as well. But yeah, those are the things we don't even think about. So as as an insurance advisor, you cover all that off and you remind us of all that. Although it's like a really hard topic to even think about, it actually is a really good reminder for all of us that we're not all invincible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like you said, you don't like to think about your parents getting old and we're going to be grim again, dying. But then for one of them to suffer something so severe and for you to be sitting there for over a week until he woke up?
5 days.
Yeah. So sitting there not knowing if he would wake up and be okay, your brain does go to that. But it doesn't till that point, right? And that's what you're saying. Like a lot of people don't think about it until it affects them.
Something happens.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's where we try to get in sooner and try to get that cover, because in particular for his situation it would have been the trauma payout because he survived, so yay. Good news. The life cover wouldn't pay out, and that's great. That's what we want. We don't want but critical conditions is where it would pay, and that's where it would help with any recovery that's needed or any treatment that's needed. And in particular, I mean, as you said, he is older, so there is the worry of if that type of cover is still valid, right? Like, has it expired? Because some people will have the cover and it might expire and they're not aware of that. Luckily, a lot of insurers, at a minimum, I think 70 is the lowest expiry age, and there's others that go all the way through.
Yeah.
So there is cover for the older generation. it's just a case of having a chat with us and us figuring out what you can do. Yeah.
And it was a very unfortunate week that week because literally James's mum passed away. And I recorded an episode with James. So guys, go back and listen to lessons he's learned through her death. And she also had cancer and she wasn't unwell. And, so things do happen. And as we age, they also age. And, what can we do from our side? But also, Conch, for you, I guess, how old is your father-in-law?
68, I think.
Yeah, that's not old at all. That's my mum's age.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's scary.
It's scary and it's a reality check. Like I said earlier in our recording is 68, we don't even think he's old. So as children, we're still like, he's fine. Yeah. Still working full time, still driving trucks and still actually in a physical job that you just never even cross your mind going, something like that's going to happen.
I think as well, though, the way it happened too, like you said, he was just sitting on the couch, right? And
you didn't stress him out. You didn't tell him.
It wasn't anything strenuous or stress. It just happened, right? You're just sitting there and it happens. So it can happen to anyone.
You didn't tell him you're having another baby or anything.
No, we went there.
I think that's what we've talked about as well, that even if your parents can't afford the cover, an option there is for, you as the kids to pay for it before something happens, because end of day, if something does happen, it will be you guys trying to finance his care or his funeral. Like you guys are going to be the ones that has to find the money.
Yeah.
So you can have that cover on someone else and pay for it.
It does fall on the children, right? Any household, mostly it falls on the children, any family. So if you could, work out a simple cover or something just to cover those expenses for the parents.
And that's one less thing to worry about because, like you said, you're sitting there wondering if he's going to wake up, but also trying to figure out the finances. And you don't want to have to be worrying about that on top of everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome, ladies. Thank you so much for sharing. Conch, thank you for sharing your life experience of what has happened. I know there's still a long road to recovery, as you say, but it definitely brings home the reality of things do happen and we do need to do what we can do, what's within our power. And if we can control something, whether it's monetary, like, if we can pay for covers and elevate the stress of finances, that's all we can do. And thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Bye. And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.